Yo, and welcome back to another wonderful episode of Action Thraxin. I'm just your neighborhood friendly throwing technician. So, let me tell you what I did before I even touched the bar. Always interesting. Things have to be taken into consideration. So, did a bike for, what did I do it for? A mile? Yeah, I did it for a mile. I did some intervals a little bit there. I did a little slow bike, a little speed up, a little slow bike, speed up, slow bike, speed up. I was on the bike for about 4 or 5 minutes total. Um, Then I moved to a little 5 6 minute run. I'm going to try to increase that run. I'm trying to get that lower back. I'm going to try to get a lot of fire in that lower back. So uh, some people say you're not supposed to squat and run. I mean, we're going to play that game a little bit. I don't think that it's necessarily bad, but as long as I make sure I give myself some time to recover, I should be Gucci. I mean, run some sprints. I mean, before, after, whenever. You'd like to ideally do it after, but hey, whatever order comes in, the swoop. Um, that's not a fast paced run. Pretty slow pace, pretty sub maximal. So we're gonna see how that mixes in with the rest of the training. I think that some cardiovascular endurance is overdue. So yes, Nas. We're gonna do that. We're gonna be new with the swoop. You see me slap 160 on here. 160, comfortable, easy money. Um, these shorts are feeling a little tight. On a side note, just a little. I'm gonna make sure that I gotta be nice and comfortable because that's just sadly just slightly annoying. But yeah, back to this running and lifting. I don't know. Maybe when you get to a certain weight or whatever, there's some conflict there because they're different schedules, they're different systems. But I don't know. That could be a myth. I mean, there's people that have deadlifted 500 and then ran sub 5 minute mile. So just a little curiosity, if you will. So anyway, back to the weight room action. All the way up to 170 keys on the back squat. Um, Nothing fancy. Just want to hit my number again. This is, what is it? Probably it's at least the fifth or sixth day I've hit 170. I've pretty much hit 170 every day. I was hitting 160 pretty consistently at one point, but now it's 170. Now it's 170, 170, 170, 170. So we're gonna slowly get that number up. Some other tidbits, man, there's times, and it could just be throwing a hammer, where my lower to mid, what is it? Yeah, thoracic to lumbar spine, it's a little tight. And I don't know if it's because of the back squat or what, but when the abs are tight, when the back is tight, I blame the abs. So that's probably the culprit, or we're going to assume that that's a culprit. Maybe do some retroversion, some other movements to help the spine. Don't need to be out of order. I went to the chiropractor yesterday. Try to take care of that. So what I did here, worked up to 170, then back down to 160, and then 110. Pretty simple. Pretty simple. Pretty routine. The weight's moving pretty good, so I did those 200 body weight squats yesterday. Just have to be taken into consideration. 170 moved a little bit tighter than I wanted it to, but it still moved well, I would say. It moved pretty decently for the body weight squats. I think that I can increase that now. I'm going to try to increase that number to as much as I can. You don't want to blast yourself, though. One too much at a time. So started with 200. Yeah, I started with 200. I did over 200. So there's still a little bit of tightness, a little bit of soreness, but hey. You see, I did some pull-ups as well as some bodybuilding movements with the triceps. Triceps are a lot more important in the skeletal system than. Well, it's up for argument. I'm just fucking blabbering. Triceps are more important than some other things. Is all it is. Triceps do help your bench press. Your biceps are active in a lot of movements. I guess that they are just a little passive. So also did these for the core and just for that movement that you do with the hammer. does a really good job of replicating it. I think does a really good job. So need to do more of these. Probably need to do these every day, to be completely honest. And slowly move my weight up, sets and everything else, because I think that's going to help me work with a heavier ball eventually, and that's going to be the end goal. I did not throw the 15-pounder. Oh, the fuckery. I can tell, and I mean, the 14-pound throws don't look perfect, obviously. It's not where I want it to be, but man, I can tell that after working with that ball for a month, well, you yield some result. You yield some threshold of control over the ball, and I can clear as day see that when I went through the I didn't take a lot of throws, but they still were they're still pretty good. Today was bring your dog to work day, and make sure she doesn't get killed or make sure she doesn't kill herself. She likes to go fetch as soon as I start throwing. A little dangerous, because I definitely have shiznaked some in my day, just like anybody has shiznaked some in her, and she kind of stands out there, and not safe for anybody to be out there at any point in time of the ball moving. That's just the reality of the situation. Never a safe thing, but I was able to put a couple of good ones together here toward the end. The first couple were a little schnazanked, and then after that, I was able to put some good ones together. So, man, after throwing it for a month, I still found a pretty decent average. There's some things to improve in the technique, as always. I always bring up the entry, but the entry is pretty important. There's always some couple things to clean up, but I'm not complaining. I think that this throw and then this second to last throw are pretty good. Pretty good throws. Decent. So we'll look at her. I'm pretty sure I got through it pretty good. So, but that's just all I got for you guys. You already know what the deal is. Lock your doors, hide your hoes, run on your toes, keep your mouth closed, and most importantly, you live to fight another day. I'm gonna get out of here, y'all. I'll get it back in the listen app.